Most people have heard the word probate, but many are unsure what it actually means. For some families, the term brings concerns about delays, legal expenses, and complicated court procedures. Others assume that every asset must go through probate after someone passes away. The reality is often more nuanced. Probate is the legal process used to settle a person's estate after death. Depending on the circumstances, the process may involve validating a will, identifying assets, paying debts, and distributing property to heirs or beneficiaries. Because probate involves the court system, it can take time. The length of the process varies based on state laws, the complexity of the estate, and whether any disputes arise among family members or other interested parties. This is one reason probate has developed a reputation that often worries retirees and their families. However, it's important to understand that probate itself is not necessarily a problem. In many situations, probate serves an important purpose by providing a legal framework for transferring assets and resolving estate matters. The bigger concern is often whether a family is prepared. Missing documents, outdated beneficiary designations, poor record keeping, or disagreements among heirs can create complications that make the process more difficult than it needs to be. In this video, we'll explain how probate works, what assets may avoid probate, common mistakes families make, and practical steps that may help reduce stress for loved ones in the future. Understanding probate today can help you make more informed estate planning decisions tomorrow. Now that we've discussed what probate is, let's look at what typically happens during the process. Although procedures vary by state, probate generally begins after a person passes away and the appropriate documents are submitted to the court. If a will exists, the court may review the document to determine its validity. The person named as executor in the will is often responsible for managing many aspects of the probate process. The executor's duties may include identifying estate assets, notifying creditors, paying valid debts, filing required paperwork, and eventually distributing remaining assets according to the will or applicable state laws. In some cases, the executor may also work with attorneys, accountants, financial institutions, or other professionals to help administer the estate. One reason probate can take time is that creditors are often given an opportunity to submit claims against the estate. Certain taxes, expenses, and obligations may also need to be addressed before assets can be distributed. If family members disagree about the will, asset distribution, or other estate matters, the process can become significantly more complicated. On the other hand, when records are organized and family expectations are clear, probate may proceed much more smoothly. While probate is often viewed as a legal process, it is also an administrative process. Good organization before death can make a meaningful difference for those left behind. One of the most common misconceptions about probate is the belief that every asset must pass through the probate process. In reality, certain assets may transfer directly to beneficiaries or surviving owners without becoming part of probate. For example, retirement accounts such as 401k plans and IRAs often pass according to beneficiary designations on file with the account custodian. Life insurance policies typically follow beneficiary designations as well. Jointly owned property may transfer automatically to a surviving owner depending on how ownership is structured and the laws of the state. Some financial accounts allow owners to name payable on death, or POD, beneficiaries. Similar arrangements may exist through transfer on death, or TOD, designations for certain investment accounts. Trusts can also play an important role. Assets properly titled in a trust may be distributed according to trust instructions rather than through probate. Because these rules can vary based on account type, ownership structure, and state law, it's important not to make assumptions about how assets will transfer. Many families discover too late that beneficiary forms were never updated or account ownership was not structured as intended. A periodic review of account registrations, beneficiaries, and estate documents can help reduce surprises later. Understanding which assets may avoid probate is an important part of building an effective estate plan. One question many families have is how long probate actually takes. Unfortunately, there is no single answer. The length of probate depends on several factors, including state laws, the complexity of the estate, the number of assets involved, and whether any disputes arise among beneficiaries or creditors. Some relatively simple estates may be settled within a matter of months. More complex estates can take significantly longer. One reason probate takes time is that certain legal and administrative steps must be completed before assets can be distributed. Creditors may be given time to submit claims, taxes may need to be addressed, and financial records often need to be reviewed and organized. Delays can also occur when important documents are missing or when family members disagree about estate matters. Another concern families often have is the cost of probate. Depending on the circumstances, probate may involve court filing fees, attorney fees, appraisal expenses, accounting costs, and other administrative expenses. Estates that involve disputes or complex assets may experience additional costs and delays. This is one reason organization and record keeping are so important. When financial accounts, beneficiary designations, property records, and legal documents are organized and accessible, the probate process often becomes easier and may help reduce unnecessary complications. While no one can guarantee how long probate will take, thoughtful preparation today may help reduce delays, expenses, and uncertainty for your loved ones in the future. Even well-intentioned families can make mistakes that create unnecessary complications during probate. One common issue is failing to keep beneficiary designations current. Major life events such as marriage, divorce, births, deaths, or changes in family relationships may require updates to estate planning documents and account records. Another mistake is poor record keeping. When important documents are difficult to locate, family members may spend significant time searching for account information, insurance policies, property records, or legal paperwork. Some people also fail to communicate basic estate planning information with trusted family members. While specific financial details may remain private, letting key individuals know where documents are stored can be extremely helpful. Delaying estate planning altogether can create even greater challenges. Without clear instructions, surviving family members may face uncertainty, disputes, or additional legal complications. Probate cannot always be avoided, and in some cases it may be entirely appropriate. However, thoughtful preparation can often make the process easier and less stressful for everyone involved. The goal is not perfection. The goal is helping loved ones navigate a difficult time with greater clarity and fewer surprises. Probate is a process that many families will encounter at some point, yet it is often misunderstood. By understanding how probate works, reviewing beneficiary designations, maintaining organized records, and keeping estate planning documents up to date, you can help reduce uncertainty for those you care about most. Because probate rules vary by state, consider seeking guidance from qualified legal and financial professionals when reviewing your estate plan. Thank you for watching the Retirement Briefing. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing for more practical retirement and estate planning insights designed to help you make informed decisions with confidence.